Ding, ding, ding. I don't have my head freaking phones in. Gosh darn it. Okay. All right. Let's. What am I trying to do? All right. Got that working. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Got that. Alrighty. Hello. For anyone joining in, listening in. I am on a journey to make character sheets for my tabletop role-playing game. I have never made a character sheet before. I am excited to not... I'm not excited to do this, but I have to do it. Ultimately, I am not a good artiste, so I'm going to try and just make a functional character sheet here. And eventually, once I get the ball rolling on my tabletop role-playing system, I'll hire some artists to make a rendition of character sheets for the system. But ultimately, I've got no clue what I'm doing here. It's interesting. I looked up a whole bunch of character sheets prior to this and was like thinking like, oh hey, there's a whole bunch of cool character sheets out there. In fact, actually, let me try and pull some up here just cause. Let me see if I can find a way, like, as I try and do the streamer thing here. Is this? Here we go. So this is a character sheet for Dolmenwood, and I really like this character sheet because it looks cool. It's got, of course, a whole bunch of art around the edges. It's got all this form-fillable stuff, all around good stuff. I'm probably aiming for something a little bit different with my character sheet. I'm like sitting here trying to analyze, like, man, what makes a character sheet good and what makes it bad? Ultimately, the character sheet is one of the biggest reflections of a tabletop role-playing system because mechanically, that's what players tie the game to, right? When a player sits down to play this game, they're typically not staring at the book. The book is the mechanics, but the character sheet is the mechanical input that they regularly interact with. So, like, this character sheet, it serves as a good job. You get to see, like, oh, hey, your name, your kindred class, background, alignment, da-da. And then it goes on to ability scores. Oh, hey, these are my, relevant ability scores. Oh, hey, this is my HP, my saves, my attack. So, like, this serves, like, a good function. And I've said this publicly before, I do not like 5e's character sheets. 5e, I think, had a not good character sheet. The information bounced around all over the place. and made your eyes dart around a little bit here and there and everywhere. I think like having it just be going top down like this is a good design. But I just have no clue how I'm gonna approach making a character sheet. If there's any artiste or critiques or critics out there, feel free to chime in. But I simply have no clue. Let me pull up some other character sheets here. D&D best character sheets. Let's see if anything fun pops up here. Images. Okay. A whole bunch of weird things came up. Let's take a look at this one. Catches my eye. What is this? What is this user interface? What is going on here? Okay. Man, do I... I like how the HP, temp HP, hit dice, and speed, and all. I like how that's all like bundled up right there in the center. I think that's really relevant. Magical abilities, inventory, initiative. I also do like how all of the skill checks are tied to the stats. In my system, there isn't skill checks like normal skill checks, so it'll be a bit different. But I do like this character sheet. Also, screw you, honey. Good to see you, man. I'm planning to run TOA thanks to you. I just don't like the direction 5e and 5.5e is taken. I wonder how hard it would be to run in 3.5e. How's it going, Mari? What I will say is, running TOA, the system drastically changes the adventure tone, feel, theme. So if I run TOA using first edition D&D, it is truly hardcore survival. It is scary. It is frightening. People are dying. You are on death's door at any given moment. It's a terrifying business. Now, if you run it 3.5 edition, I will tell you it will not be that, because 3.5 edition, obviously, the power scale is much, much higher. And obviously, as I'm sure you're well aware, in 3.5 is the level balance the balance between levels is very, very drastic. So, when you look at a place, like you could be like, okay, normally I've got this place listed for levels 3 to 4, that's a good number-ish of what this area is balanced for. In 3.5, obviously, every few levels makes a massive difference. And so if you create an area with the idea in mind of oh, hey, this is going to be for areas, levels 5 through 6 or whatever. But your players show up either too early or too late, then they'll get blown out of the water, or they'll blow whatever is there out the water. So those are considerations you have to keep in mind. But ultimately, the adventure is analogous of system. It's really the system that shapes the adventure. So, you could run, Tomb of Annihilation using Call of Cthulhu, right? You could run it using all sorts of different systems. It's just a matter of what you want out of the adventure. Do you want it to be a hardcore hex crawl adventure? Do you want it to be a happy-go-lucky Indiana Jones romp, where your players are, following a trail place to place, and they show up to there, they fight the baddies, get the goods? Depending on what you want out of the adventure is more along the lines of what system you should try and run it with. I would start with laying all the things you'd want on the character sheet, including things that are unique to your system. Laying equals listing. Yeah. And how's it going, Gabe? Actually, yeah, so that is a good point. I do have it right here. I've got it written down on a incredibly haggard piece of paper that I found. But let me Let me write down everything that is going to be relevant to my character sheet here. As I try and... Boom, here we go. Alrighty. Okay, so what I need is name, origin... gosh darn it. Why is my enter button not working? Oh, Lord. Is my enter button not working on my keyboard, or is there something going on with this text? Please, for the love of God. How would I test that elsewhere? Let me pull up something else here. Alrighty. Oh, adios mio. No, my enter button isn't working. Oh, no. I'll try turning my keyboard on and off again. Hopefully that'll work. Maybe I'm running out of batteries. Oh my, if my enter button is not working on my keyboard, I am not going to be in for a good time, let me tell you. Alrighty. Keyboard turned on and off. Enter button not working. Can I try it in a Word document? Let's take a look here. If it's not working on InDesign, then that'll tell me something. Okay, so it's working on Microsoft Word. So my enter button not working is an InDesign problem. I'm going to try turning InDesign on and off again. Hopefully that'll work. As I make believe. Beta test. There we go. Character sheet. Okay. For the love of all that is holy in this world, please let the turning it on and off again work. So, for those of you who have not checked it out, I have been working on my tabletop role-playing system, and I have done a lot for it. I have done a bejesus ton for it. It is now... I put out a much more complete version. It's at 179 pages. The majority of the pages are filled to some degree. And every single page has a hyperlink that links back to the table of contents and the table of content. You know, let me as I boot this thing up, let me try and show this off here. OBS. Let me looking at. There we go. Man, I am so bad at this streaming crap. Here we go. Boom, here we go. So I got this big old table of contents. And then I can click on all these pages. Oh no, break in the glass for emergency keyboard. Golly. I've had this keyboard for like over 10 years now. It's been pretty reliable. I can't imagine, like, I'd be really sad if it just all of a sudden broke on me. But yeah, so this table of contents, yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Freaking so much content here. So much content. Got all these classes. I'm gonna have to clean this up a bit because I don't know how to do the straight line nonsense yet. But hyperlinks everywhere. You click on a class. Let's go check out one of my favorite classes here. The good old minstrel. Boom. Click on the minstrel. Bam. Look at that, right to the minstrel. We see everything that the minstrel gets. Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let me expand this a bit more, actually. Every single class fits on a 2-page spread. Every spell level fits on a 2-page spread. Gotta love it. Been working so heckin' long on this. And, oh yeah, you want to go back to the table of contents? Boom, you just click right up top there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alrighty, let's... InDesign, do not give up the ghost. I need you. InDesign. Here we go. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with the amount of work I've gotten on it so far. But the thing is, for the past like 2 months, I have not been like able to work really. I get like maybe an hour's worth of work done at most in a day, because just life keeps getting in my way. But now I am free, and I'm going to be running a whole bunch of games in my Discord. I'm going to be beta testing this. I'm going to be running my West Marches. I'm going to be putting out videos finally. I finally have a month of freedom, and I'm going to use it. It is going to be good. So yeah, this system I'm really looking forward doing the Lord's work with hyperlinks. Yeah, so it's very much so like I completely understand like not retrofitting a whole bunch of old PDFs to, you know, hyperlinks. I get that. But I feel like in this modern age, if you you create a big product and you do not have hyperlinks, you're just mean. Like, hyperlinks do not take much time. They really don't. Like, doing this, like hyperlinking every single page and then like creating the hyperlink to go back to the main credits or the table of contents. All in all, for 178 pages, that maybe took me like 15 or 20 minutes. Like it was not much, really. So like there really isn't an excuse or a valid excuse to do that, to not have hyperlinks, because it just makes life so convenient. It makes it so good. Just have hyperlinks. It's that easy. Come on. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with what I've been able to do so far. Okay, let's take a look. InDesign's finally up here. InDesign, don't let me down. Alrighty, InDesign, you're here. Moment of truth. Alrighty. So I'm gonna list everything down. Name, origin. Alrighty. Oh, thank the Lord, the Anderbunner works. Thank the Lord. Okay. Origin, class, background, alignment, moon sign, strength, finesse, will, charm, stat 1, stat 2, and that'll be with mods. I gotta have both the core stat and then with their mods. Fate / points, heart, fortune, resolve, wit, spirit, and that's all saves. HP / max, AC. I'm gonna need freaking more space on this, golly. Attack bonus, skills, skills. I'll just keep skills for now. This system doesn't have like, you're not proficient in skills like in 5e. You do have some skills you are air quote proficient in, but it's much more minor in certain regards. Languages, XP, items, feats, spells, coins, class points. So spells, that'll be spells / spell slots. Alrighty, so I've got a lot to fit on this character sheet. I've got a lot. I've got a lot to convey, and let me tell you, it's not fitting on one page. This is probably gonna definitely be like you get 2 pages if you're a regular class, but if you're a spellcaster, you get 3. That's probably what it's gonna be. It'll probably be like, oh hey, if you're a spellcaster, then your third character sheet is just purely your spells and spell slots, mana points, etc., etc. Ultimate question though, what goes on the front page? So here's my delineation. I think what I'm going to do is the front page is going to be relevant information that's important to like just immediate play. The second page is going to be inventory, and then the third page is going to be spells. What is up? How's it going over? How's it going over? It is. So let me tell you, I have been incredibly swamped for the past like 2 months. I haven't been able to do anything, but now I've got a whole month free. I am going to be using that up wisely. I'm going to be running games in my Discord. I'm going to be beta testing the system, and I'm going to be posting up videos on YouTube. I have just been so unable to do anything of any productivity at all whatsoever, but now I am finally back. I'm alive and amplified. Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and create this one here. So this will be page 1. Shit. Boom, boom, boom. Page 2. Da, da, da. Alrighty, so page also, how do I have an error? What the? There we go. What are your plans for playtest games? Are you going to make your own setting game adventure for the system, or are you going to take D&D setting adventure such as TOA? No. So for reference, this is a fairy tale themed system. And I haven't exactly worked too hard on the world building. However, I do have several adventures written up for this system. In fact, one of them is going to be a big one. It's going to be a riff on Beauty and the Beast. I'm really looking forward to that one. But ultimately, as I'm playtesting, I'm going to be running both my own like adventures as well as running this system. I do know that this system needs some playtesting because I'm just one man. I can only do so much. There's probably a bunch that is imbalanced. There's probably a bunch that's too OP or not strong enough. I know for a fact a bunch of the spells are probably gonna have to get reworked, but I purely wanted to like get through all the spells. To give you some reference here as I try and show off the spells here. For the 4 main spellcasters, the Enchanter, the Occultist, the Priest, and the Witch, each of them has 6 levels of spells, and each spell level has 12 spells. And that's not including all the other rest of the classes. Some of the classes are pseudo spellcasters in a certain regard. Like some of them have like air quote like class features, but they're not like true spellcasters. So if you do the math real quick, that's 6, 12, 18, 24. 24 times 12. It's a bejesus ton of spells. So I know for a fact that there is going to be some imbalance there because I had to put out so many. Like, I'm just going to click on Occultist level 1 spells here. Occult Bolt. Fire Dark Energy Bolt dealing 1d12 necrotic damage. I mean, that seems fine for like a first level spell. The Spectral Hands. Hands can also strike melee dealing 1d4 damage that lasts for a turn. I'm trying to think off the top of my head because once again I've gone through so many things in this system. My God, but there's probably gonna be a bunch of spells that I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, that's obviously OP, or oh, hey, that's obviously worthless. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing all that in the coming month here for sure. Alrighty, so let's take a look here. Page 1, page 2, and let me just copy and paste that for page 3. So page 3 is going to be spells and spell slots. And I done messed up. Oh well. So you are gone. And then page 2 is definitely going to be items. What all does anything else go anywhere else? Once again, let me take a look at good old Dolmenwood here. Yeah, I'll put up because the items are going there. I'll also move the coins over as well to page 2. So page 2 gets items and coins. Page 3 is purely for spellcasters. So the average player is only going to have 2 character sheets, which is good. I want to limit it as much as possible. Meaning I'm left with this. Anything else? Anything else? I think that'll do it. I think I'll try working with this for now and see if it gets too cluttered or not. Alrighty. Ultimately, something important to note is I am not an artist. I have never claimed to be an artist, nor will I ever be an artist. And all the art in my system currently, as I pull this back up, all the art for it is public domain art that I've grabbed. I just grabbed a whole bunch of public domain art that I thought looked cool and somewhat fit the setting. Like, in fact, actually, as I try to move out the way here. Like for this character creation here, I've got like a witch because, like, you know, the character creation's a witch thing. You know, I just wanted art to fit there. But when I go to kickstart this, when I go to actually publish it and try to make some money off of it, I will be getting artists to fill this thing out with awesome art. It's just obviously, one, right now I'm poor, and two, you know, I want to play test this thing before I even get close to kickstarting it. I know that some Kickstarters are okay with trying to take millions of dollars just off of the name alone, but I don't want to do that. When I go to kickstart something, I want to have a product, not a promise. I want a product to kickstart. Alignment. Alrighty. I think this is good. Alrighty, so let's... Also, why the heck? Can I get rid of... Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Like, I'm not gonna do this right now because, once again, I'm lacking in artistic art. I'm lacking in artistic repertoire. But one thing I had in mind is, because this is a fairy tale themed system, one thing I was thinking of was having the character sheet be a like look like a book. I'm not gonna do that now. Once again, I can't draw for the life of me. But I thought it would be really cool to have it be like a book. But I'm not gonna do that now. However, one thing I can do is I probably okay. I'll just move this off to the side. Okay. Actually, no. I'll work down here. I'll frickin' boom, boom, boom. I can't click and drag everything like that. There we go. So you're going to draw your own art for the Kickstarter? I will tell you the depths of my artistic abilities is I can draw a circle if I have a protractor. That is literally it. I cannot draw at all whatsoever. I just lack that capability. I have I just think I remember in school I was actually doing bad in like art. I do remember one time in school where we were doing art and I think my teacher like thought I was like joking with how like bad some of my drawings came out. Sounds really interesting about the Beauty and the Beast theme. Let me know if I can make a battle map for it. Let me tell you, Andreas, I'm gonna need a whole bunch of battle maps for it. So it's gonna be a mega dungeon adventure. It is so let me pull it up on my work document here. But it is gonna be a big boy adventure. So it is the whole idea of that adventure. It's called Slay the Beast. You are the people going into Slay the Beast. Where is that bad boy? Here we go. As it takes a little while to load up here because... So I'm not even finished with the product yet. And I've got... How many pages? How many pages? It takes ages to load up here. Yeah, so I'm not even finished with the adventure yet. But I do have over 200 pages of content. Now, mind you, I like not all of the like I'm going to be cutting back on that because there is a whole bunch of there is a whole bunch of notes that I do have like repeated in various places, and I'll probably cut that down and whatever. But it'll be supplemented, of course, by the fact that I haven't added any art to the document yet. Ultimately, what I am actually planning on doing with that is there's going to be a player's portion of the adventure, and then there is going to be a DM's portion. So, like, the player's portion is going to be, like, supplemental, like new races and feats and for players. But then there's going to be the DM side, which is, like, how to run this adventure. So everything is going to be circular. Cool. Yeah, it'll just all be a bunch of circles with, like, squiggly hair. Is it a snowman adventure? Wow, a lot of adventure. Yeah, let me tell you what. I have been working incredibly hard in the shadows because my vision with my brand No Fun Allowed here is I'm going to be releasing a bunch of content back to back to back. I ultimately like I didn't want to get into the thing of releasing a piece of content and then like having to wait like a year or two before like more content shows up. I want there to be regular release. So I've got a whole bunch of things stacked up. I've got my tabletop role-playing game systems. I've got several various adventures. I've got, player supplements, DM supplements. I got a bunch of things. It's just a matter of I've got a like once I get near completion with a bunch of them, that's when I'm going to start pumping it out. So I have a regular content flow. And then if, the gods willing, if I am successful, then I can maybe start up like a little group, a writing group or a company or whatever. And, I want to regularly employ artists. I want to regularly employ editors and art, and all that various stuff. I want there to be a regular churn of content that I desire because ultimately I am selfish in that I want there to be content that I like to release. And that's that in a story. One thing's for sure, you will not have fun in this adventure. That's the name of the game. Alrighty. So with that, let's kick things off. So now I'm going to actually dissect this stuff here. So in this system, you have a name / a true name. So because this is a fairy tale theme setting, one thing I wanted to have is you have your regular everyday name, but you choose a true name. And that true name has mechanical implications if people learn your true name. Like great fey creatures will have power over you and things like that. So just name and true name. That's very simple. Origin. Nothing much else to decide there. To give you some reference here, let me go ahead and show off in the thing here. So your origin is your race. So we've got a whole bunch of fun things. We got your stereotypical, elf and dwarf and gnome. But then we've got things like Fey child, a fox folk, an egg child, a cat folk. You got your human, mushroomkin, silk child, snow child, pig folk. A whole bunch of things like that. So a whole bunch to choose from there. So there's that. Class. So that'd be class slash. Oh. Gosh. Sometimes I hit macros on this thing by accident. So that'd be class slash level. So your class is very, very evocative of your class, of your character. So in this system, I currently do not have multi-classing. I don't know if I'll add that eventually. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Probably, I'm currently leaning toward no, because the classes are so evocative of what they do. And there will probably be some horrible imbalance if there is multi-classing. But just to give you a look here, what makes up a class in this system? Let's take a look at the classic soldier class. So the soldier would be analogous to a fighter. So a class gives you your hit die. It gives you what you're using for armor, for weapons. It gives you a language. You also have class stats. So something important to note about the system is there are 4 core class stats for your character. You have strength. You have finesse, which is dexterity. You have wit, which is an amalgamation of wisdom and intelligence. And then you have charm, which is charisma. Now, you do have 2 extra stats. So basically, I merged intelligence and wisdom, and then I got rid of constitution because I do not like constitution. I think constitution actively ruins the system because it spirals the game into a weird thing of needing to have a stat for every class, and I just don't like it. I really don't like it. So every single class has its own 2 unique stats. For the soldier here, they have might and stoutness. Your class also gives you several features right out the gate. At level 1, it gives you how much XP you need to level up. It gives you an attack bonus. It gives you class or resources. And it also gives you your saving throws. So your class is incredibly indicative of your playstyle. So for the soldier here, every single round they gain a bonus action usable only to do shoving, sprinting, or defensive stance. They add their stoutness bonus to all resolve and spirit saves. Additionally, recover 1 additional HP during rests. Once per week, allow the party to reposition before combat begins. Allies move up to half their speed without triggering opportunity attacks. And you can choose not to have your alignment score changed upon your actions once a day. And your critical hit range is increased by 1. That's you get all that at level 1 for being a fighter in the system, or a soldier, I should say. And then eventually once you get to level 3, your alignment starts affecting your playstyle, which is also something I'm really, really, really proud of this system, is your alignment has mechanical implications. But also very important to note is this is not I choose my alignment at level 1, I'm stuck there forever and all the time. This is a system where your actions will change your alignment score up or down. If you do good deeds and you're a goody two-shoes, your alignment score will go up. If you're a bad boy that does naughty things, your alignment score is going to go down. And you're mechanically going to be reflected by that. Struggling with planning, prepping Nangalore, how do you run it? Do you make changes or run it as is? I run it absolutely as is, Orion. So Nangalore for me is an incredible turning point and also incredibly evocative of the characters. So when you have all these first off, it's a puzzle to get in there. And then once they get in there, they are presented with the thing of, oh hey, you get to ask a question, right? The selfish characters are going to ask can ask selfish questions, and then the altruistic characters are going to ask for selfless things, right? So I run it purely as is. Alignment powers are cool. How's it going, Gojira? Hey. So Gojira, I'm showing off my system here. I have put a lot of work into this bad boy. I'm going to be running it pretty soon here. This system has been a labor of love, let me tell you. I've got 179 pages written up, and I'm not even close to finished. But, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Alrighty. Where is... Okay. So I've got that. So class and level, background. I'm gonna change that up. I'm gonna change it up based on like how you get these things. So background. So background also doesn't need anything, any other subheader or anything of that kind, because that's just something you... Huh? Oh my gosh. What is going on? Man, I'm so bad at this whole streaming thing. She might have to hop in for one. How was the West Marches progressed? Pretty good, Gojira. We did a lot. Let me take a look here. How many sessions there were of the West Marches? Session schedule. There's been 57 sessions of my West Marches in my Discord, so pretty decent amount. Pretty decent turn in right there. Pretty decent. So something to note, in the system, your origin and your background, they both give you stats, and they both give you features, and they potentially give you HP increases, and they also potentially give you alignment changes. So, like, for example, being a Foxfolk here, you get a +1 to charm, and you get a -1 to your alignment, leaning toward, wickedness. And then for backgrounds here, if you are, let's say, a cursed noble, you get also a +1 to charm, but then you get a -2 to your alignment. Once again, for leaning further toward wickedness. Yeah. So that's that for that. Alrighty. Alignment. Score. So your alignment is a number between +10 and -10, and it bounces from pure virtue, virtuous, balanced, dark, and wicked. There's 5 alignments in the system. So as your points go up and down, your alignment will change. Your moon sign gives you power to basically your birthday. You roll D100, and that's your birthday. You have your 4 stats, or you have your 6 stats, and then you need both the regular stat and the mod. Fate is an incredibly powerful device in the system. When you create your character, you give them a fate, and that fate basically gives them some special features, but comes from a currency that is very finite. So let's take a look at fate. So your fate gives you fun powers, not only based on regular stuff, but also based on your alignment. But basically, it's a fun mechanism that gives you a sense of progression throughout the campaign. So, like, let's take a look. For example, one of my more favorite ones here, the Heir. So starting off, the Heir gains a small retinue of loyal followers, 3 to 5 individuals, who assist you in non-combat and combat scenarios. These followers are semi-competent NPCs whose capabilities grow modestly with your level. and depending on your alignment, like let's say you're a balanced person, your balance fairness, you balance fairness with pragmatism. Your retinue adapts to diverse challenges, gaining upper hand on skill checks when working together or following your direct orders. And then what's really good about this system here is when you create your character and they have this fate, it's a good way for the DM in this system, the storyteller, but we'll just work with DM, GM, same thing. It's a good way to showcase off what direction you want your character to go, because you have to accomplish something that's indicative of your fate to unlock more abilities. So for the heir here, upon reclaiming your family's legacy either through conquest or diplomacy, you gain access to greater resources. Once per month, you can summon reinforcements, a group of 10 to 20 loyal soldiers or workers, or requisition a resource such as gold, supplies, or weaponry valued up to 1,000 gold pieces. And then lastly, after achieving your ultimate destiny as the heir, you ascend as a ruler of great renown. Your retinue gains a +1 to all rolls and is immune to fear effects. Gain upper hand on all charm checks requiring negotiations, and NPCs of lower status are hesitant to defy you openly. Once per day, you may issue a command to any creature that can hear you. Save against wit to resist. If successful, they must obey for up to 1 minute. So like right there, you create a character and you say, all right, my fate is the heir, right? And then that tells your DM like, oh, hey, like I'm trying to go on a quest to reclaim my former glory, something like that, right? And there's a whole bunch of these. I've got, I believe, 30 fates in total. Another one of my favorites, I think a lot of fun could be had with would be the lover. I think, there's gonna be a bunch of, like, I remember envisioning like all the campaign shenanigans they get up to with this. Like, oh hey, if you do a campaign and you are the doll, then the whole campaign is about like this character trying to become a real boy, right? Or maybe they give in and reject their humanity, things like that, right? Like, just once again, just creating a whole bunch of tying mechanical elements to what you want your players to do is the best way to get them to do it. You want your players to engage in alignment morality, then put mechanics behind it. You want your players to think about the future of their character, and tie the mechanics behind it, right? Alrighty, so I don't need to do anything with that. Heart, fortune, resolve, wit, and spirit saves. With saves. That's indicative of your class. HP and then HP max. AC, attack bonus, skills. Something I gotta note is so in this system there isn't advantage. In this system, what it is there's a system called upper hand and lower hand. When you gain upper hand on something, you get to roll a D4, and you get to add that to the roll, because it'll be a D20 plus any relevant stat plus a D4. However, this is a stacking system, so if you have 2 cases of upper hand, then instead of rolling a D4, you would roll a D6. If you have 3 cases of upper hand, it'll be a D8, 4 a D10. 5 a D12, and then 6, which, as I've written it, it's very unlikely for you to get that many cases of upper hand, but it's possible. Then you'll roll a D20, I guess, and then add that to the roll. Now, this also works in inversion. So if you have 2 cases of upper hand, but then your enemy imposes 2 cases of lower hand upon you, then it cancels out. You have 2 cases of upper hand, your enemy imposes 3 cases of lower hand on you, then you would roll a D4 and subtract that from your roll. So, a lot to think there. Look, sick, brother. Like in-depth mechanical narrative tie-ins, very refreshing. I'm very happy with it as well, Goodyear. It's very much so. I've been thinking like what my issues are with some systems. Taking for example 5e, for example. One of my biggest issues with 5e is when you go to create a character purely mechanically as written, no choice in game reflects your character. It's all decisions you made out of game, right? Like you chose to be a fighter at level 1. And then once you hit level 3, you chose to be the subclass. Let's say you chose to be the knight or the samurai or whatever, right? And then, you know, like you know, in just like, and then you get these pre-described features, you get these pre-described traits, you get these pre-described abilities. And yes, you can, like, I have seen some people, you know, roll with the campaign and be like, oh, you know, because we did this, I'm actually going to go with this, da da da. But let's be real. Most people, when they go into a campaign, they already have their character projected, right? They already know, oh, hey, I am going to pick this at level 3. I'm going to take that spell at level 4. I'm going to take this feat at level 5. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, they already have the entire character mapped out before the campaign's even started. And, you know, with this system, like, you theoretically can do the same, right? But there are features tied to the game. Like, for example, like your alignment. You could sit there and be like, oh, hey, there's that one, you know, feature I get from alignment score. I'm going to be balanced. Like, you say to yourself, oh, I really love that feature. I'm going to stay balanced the whole time. And if you do that, then you have to play your character to a certain way. Otherwise you shift up and down and maybe move away from it. But that's dependent on the campaign. Maybe like throughout the campaign, it presents itself that, oh, hey, you know, I'm actually going to be a very good guy. Or maybe it shows up and it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I do want to do this bad thing. And I think that's really powerful. Yeah, I like that you have something tangible to look forward narratively. Yeah, and that's ultimately what I'm aiming for, because all the classes have alignment features, all your fate has alignment features, spells have alignment features. Not all the spells, mind you. That'd be way too much because I've got way too many damn spells. But a decent amount of them. That isn't all up to the DM, completely homebrewed, determined. Yeah, that's the important thing, is kind of gives players a little more agency in the storytelling. That's what I like, right? Is with the system, obviously the DM is always going to be the one that presents the scenario, but it should be up to the players to determine how they react to it, right? You know, if they find out that there's like devils in the church, are they gonna like just walk away? Are they gonna side with the devils because it turns out the church was up to bad stuff? Are they gonna side with the church and blindly follow orders, right? You know, like, that's where the interesting part of tabletop role-playing games is for me. Is that choice, is that reaction. It's the give and take. And having a system where you get to change all that up is a good thing. Skills with bonuses. Languages, XP / XP to next level. Feeds from class / origin / background, and then class points. Alrighty, so I have to fill this out. I am so bad at anything artistic. I'm gonna try and dry run this and see how it goes. Can't wait to try this out. Yeah, like I said, so this weekend I will be I'll be busy trying to finish up a bunch of things, but literally come Monday, I am free for a month. I'm going to be running games. I'm going to try to run games like at least 5 times a week. I'm going to be playtesting this. I'm going to be finishing up the West Marches. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of things with that. And I'll be pumping out some YouTube videos as well. Alrighty, so now that I have everything listed there, how do I want this presented? I think I want the XP near the top, because XP is just just always so good to have near the top. Always something to look forward to. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I can do much else. Also, now I'm just realizing it's bugging me having the page 2 and page 3 here. There we go. Also, items. I need to have items slash weight points. Oh, right points, weight points. And then coins. There, I have 6 coins in this system. Let's take a look at what those coins are. As I pull up my handy dandy notebook. Currency. Boom. Alrighty, so in this system, we have copper, silver, gold, so the classic stuff. But then there's 3 additional coinage. We have moon coins, which is worth 2 gold, sun coins, which is worth 5 gold, and star bits, which is worth 10 gold. Very simple. There we go. So that'll be CP, SP, GP, MC, SC, and SB. Boom. And then spell slots. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alrighty. That isn't even the real Goodyear Gaming. It's a fake. It's a faker. How's it going, Derek? Also, our mutual ally in crime, Professor Ponicus, was he had a battle featured on Turin, on the Turin channel. But Professor Ponicus, let me tell you, he just loves to meme it up a bit too much in Total War to be competitive. Let me tell you, I feel like Pone could be really good at Total War if he just stopped memeing. If he could just stop memeing, he could be up there. Alrighty. Man. The journey of making a character sheet starts with a single stroke, but I'm afraid to make that first stroke. How the heck do you make a character sheet? Like, I've always been in awe of artists because I am a terrible artist. I could never do it. I mean, I could do it if you held me at gunpoint, I guess, but pending that, I am so bad at it. I just don't have the artistic vision of looking at all that and being like, oh hey, I'm just gonna put this here, put this there. So I think ultimately I've just gotta fake it till I make it here. I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup, and just put stuff down. Yeah, let's kick it. Let's go bold and brash. Name. A feat system based on what alignment your character actually projected in game during the level up period would be a cool feature. That'd be a cool addition to OSE. Feat based system on what your alignment your character actually projected in game during the level up period would be cool. So in my system, it's basically, let me show it off to you here. So in my system, once again, hyperlinks everywhere. Gotta love it. Once again, let's take a look at the soldier here. So as a soldier at level 3, that's when your alignment starts kicking in. I'm just using the soldier because it's a very basic example, but when you look at all the other classes, maybe they have a bit more going on for them. And if you look at the spellcasters, not only do they have alignment powers, but they've also got their spells affected by the alignment. So let's take a look here. So as a soldier at level 3, if you are pure, then you grant a temporary HP to allies within 10 feet equal to your level as a bonus action once per day. If you are virtuous, allies within 10 feet of you gain +1 to saves against fear or charm effects. If you are balanced, you get to reroll 1 failed saving throw per day. Very powerful. If you are dark, once per day, you add your might bonus to a melee's attack damage and force the target to make a heart save or become frightened for 1 round. And if you are wicked, when you drop an enemy to 0 HP, you regain 1 HP. So very evocative of your alignment there. If you are a good guy, you're buffing up the homies. If you are balanced, you're pretty much out for yourself. And if you're a bad guy, then you are absolutely dealing in the battling stuff. Let's take a look at another one. I do like the Scoundrel as well. So Scoundrel, you can spend 2 luck points to, if you're pure, spend 2 luck points to reroll any failed action that directly helps an ally or innocent. If you're virtuous, you can spend 2 luck points to allow a reroll a failed check or save. Check or save. Balanced. You spend 1 luck point to adjust any nearby roll by +1 or -1. Very, very fun right there. Dark. Spend 2 luck points to impose lower hand on foe's attack roll or ability check. Cool. And Wicked. Spend 3 luck points to turn a critical failure. When an enemy rolls a critical success, spend 3 luck points to turn it into a critical failure and gain a temp bonus to HP equal to your level, right? Just like the whole thing of like spending your luck, just trying to get as much luck as possible and then spending that luck. Like, I just love it. I'm so in love with my own system, which I feel is a good thing. If you're not in love with your system, you probably should rethink it. Harrison Barry, what are we making? So right now I'm showing off my my tabletop role-playing system, but I am making the character sheet for it because I will start playtesting it next week. I will be playtesting this bad boy. But this is my fairy tale themed TTRPG, current title Make Believe. I actually have not checked if any medium at all has like the title of Make Believe. There probably is. So I got to figure all that out, but we'll see. But right now I'm in the process of making character sheets for it. So I have to have a name, and then I'm going to leave a space, and then I also have to have a true name. How much space do people need to write their names these days? I'll just put it here. Just put it here. True name. Oh. Origin. Background. Class. I'm gonna be completely upfront with y'all until I get an artist, someone that actually knows what they're doing. The character sheets for the system are going to be ugly as sin. But, hopefully I can sucker some artist somewhere to make a character sheet for me. XP. Actually, let me take a look at... XP, then it'll be, how do I shorten down to the next level? I guess I just write next level. I think that's fair to say. Next level. I guess I'll also have my... Man. Um. Man, I'm just like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, this is gonna be so ugly. Hey, this is gonna be so ugly. I have absolutely no clue. What are we doing here? Um, let's. You don't need much room for the XP. I think that's enough room for the true name. Let's go origin, and then let's have a space for Moon-san. Man, I'm just like, I'm like getting cross-eyed just like thinking of what this character sheet's gonna look like when I'm done with it. Man. Change the font to Wingding to make it more fun. What the heck is Wingding? What the heck is Wingding? Let's take a look. Do I even have Wingding in here? Let's take a look. Wingding is hieroglyphs. Wingding is not readable. That being said, though, I see these symbols, and I'm going to have to actually star this because I actually really like some of these symbols here. That is good to know. So thank you for turning that on to me. I did not know. Yeah, that's really. I'm gonna have to. Wingding 2 here has some cool things in there. Though you do bring up a good point. Maybe I'll change it to the. Maybe I'll change it to the old. I'm gonna change it to the Old English for now. Screw it. Let's change it all to the Old English. Ye Old English. What the frick did I just do? Why would that... Why would that do that? Name... Would it do it if I did it here? Old English... Old English. And Ye Old English. Nope. Name, origin, moon sign. So name, true name, origin, background. Anything else that goes up near there? XP next level. I'll just change it to. Let's go there. Nope. Let's now let's try and figure out how to make something actually form fillable. I watched a tutorial on it. Let's see if I am good enough to remember the tutorial. Actually, I should also have lines. That would probably be helpful as well. Alrighty, how do I make lines? I do not watch a tutorial on that. How do I make lines under words these days? Let's take a look. Auto style, fill placeholder text. English, open type, character style. How do I make lines? Strike through, underline. Boom. Why is this underline is thick, boy? That underline is hella thick. Let's make it regular. Actually, what? Wait. Underlines are a part of the font. Interesting to know. Interesting to know. This is a learning journey we're experiencing together, folks. We are learning to design on InDesign together. And that means I also got to do this. Gotta do that. That means I also gotta go here. Alrighty, so let's take a look. Can I remember how to make something form fillable? First up, you create a text box. Next up, click said text box. Next, interactive. Convert to text field. Name text field. Sure, keep the name. On click. And is it ye old English? No, it's ye Gothic. Let's go old English. LMNO. O for old. LMNO. Old English text. 12. Regular. Also, there is construction going on, apparently. Go figure. Alrighty. Do I need to save it? Convert to object. Preview. Spread. Okay, that doesn't help me. Text field. Yep. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I'm going to save this, export it. I'm going to see if I was correct. Am I competent enough to make this a thing? Let's find out. Character sheet, yes. Adobe PDF interactive. That's the important part. I do remember that. Export as. Okay. Okay, let's where am I looking for? Alrighty, let's see. Character sheet. First page is blank. That's fine. Alrighty, I see it. I see the form fillable, and also I'm realizing I'm gonna be upping up the. I'm probably gonna be upping up the font size there because it's pretty small. Does it work? Oh my goodness. I've got a form fillable PDF, ladies and gentlemen. I've done it. I have mastered the art. I have... Oh. Do I have to press enter to make it, to fill it in? Prof Pone. Interesting. No, I'm not like... I was looking at something else. Oh no. Where the frick is it? Here we go. Prof Pone. Boom. Alrighty. Look at that. Awesome stuff. I have to take off, but it hit me up with some details on a map I can make for you. I'm almost done with my Port Nyanzaru Executioners Run adventure maps, so I got some free time. Have a great stream. I will. Thank you. Absolutely. Alrighty. So I now know how to create a form fillable PDF. I have the power. Also, I do know something. Now that I'm remembering this, it's very good that I remember this because I was just about to cheat myself here. You cannot copy and paste. Goodness. InDesign. Here we go. I do know for a fact that if you were to copy and paste like the same text box over and over, what would happen is it would create like let's say for example I copied this and moved it over to Origin. What would happen is if you made that in a PDF, if you were to fill out one, it would fill out both. So you do have to be super duper annoying, and you do have to create a whole bunch of instances of individual ones. I do recall that. But now I've done it. I can create a form fillable character sheet to get this playtest up and running. I am so thrilled. That being said, though, I am going to be up. I'm gonna be bumping up the size here. I think the size is not big enough. Also, that construction is going wild, let me tell you. Do I think 14 looks good? Also, I want to separate these. View pages, panel options, spread. Show vertically, transparency, pre-transitions, size. Doesn't really matter. Also, I gotta I'll just move this off to the side here. Maybe I'll go one more. Maybe just one more. Let's go 15. Golly, that construction is going ham, isn't it? Alrighty, so I now have the power. I can do it. I can make this character sheet. The dream is alive. Now, it's not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna throw in some BS art on the side to make it, to fill out all the ugliness. But hey, it's what you gotta do. Alrighty, that's one. Now to go through the monotonous process for all this. It's super annoying. Is there a way I can... So something that's really annoying is if I try to create a text box, but I do it over a text box, then it defaults to trying to just write on the text box. I wonder if there's a way I can have it so it doesn't default to that. I will have to look that up at some point. Let's see if that's good enough. Alrighty. Interactive. Convert to text field. Text field 3 on click. Okay, that's awesome that it saves that, but it doesn't save the font, which is super annoying. Oh, and also that means I gotta convert the other one too. Crap. That is really annoying. There's gotta be a way to... There's gotta be a way. Yeah, Old English. Okay. Gotta edit you. How do I edit you quickly? Is there a button for that? Oh no, I just friggin' outlined it. What the heck? Did I? I do not want to outline around this thing. What the heck? What did I do? Oh, you know what? I as I was scrolling over something, it adjusted one of the dials. Gosh darn it. Convert, align. Interactive. Do I just have to make a new one? There's got to be like a edit, right? Captions, effects. How annoying. Alright, I think I just gotta create a new one. I think that's just gonna save me more time. Interactive, convert to text field. Boom. Old English text. Boom. Alrighty. Just gotta do this a few dozen more times. So annoying. Alrighty. I mean, that's pretty much what I really wanted to cover. I really wanted to know that I can make a character sheet, and I can do it. It's just a matter of being super annoying. Back it up a little. Yeah. Ugh, I just want to back it up a little. Why can't I? Why is this one? There we go. There we go. Hyperlink. No, not hyperlink. I already did all the hyperlinking. I got hyperlinking on the brain from doing that too freaking much. Interactive. Convert text field. Man, it'd be so nice if I could just copy paste this. It'd be so nice. Bookmark? What the heck is the bookmark? I'll have to figure that out eventually. Interactive. Convert to text field. Boom, 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 boom. Old English text. Okay, so that means I got all that and that. Do. Alrighty. Interactive, convert to text field. Boom, boom, boom. Old English. Oh, okay, that's how I can edit it. Okay. Good to know. Boom. Boom. Interactive, convert text field. Boom, boom, boom. Old English. Why was this one? Okay, this one's on click. Okay, I need them all to be on click. Boom, boom. Okay, perfect. Interactive, convert to text field. Golly. This is why you get editors right here. This is why you get other people to do this for you. Because this gets real old real quick. Let me tell you. Interactive text field on click, boom, boom, and Old English. Alrighty. I have the power. Alrighty, let's I just want to export this. Let's see how this looks. Let's see how it looks. I want to show y'all. Boom. Look at this. Look at all this form-fillable glory. Perfect. Noir-style newspaper character sheet is the vibe in getting from the font. Noir style. Noir. You know, I definitely want to lean in toward the fairy tale theme. You know, I definitely wanted like you to be like, oh hey, you know, I'm playing like the fairy tale kind of thing. You know. Alrighty. With that. Alrighty. So I've got that down. Now I need alignment and score. Golly. Man, they are going bananas upstairs, let me tell you. Let me tell you about it. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna delete the previous ones because I don't want those. Boom and boom. Okay. Does alignment go up here too? You know what? I think alignment goes next to class. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like. So if I put like alignment right next to class, which I think would be appropriate, then what do I do with background? Background just like takes up so much space. It's very silly. Oh, you know, I put languages next to that. I think. Do I put languages next to? Yeah, I think I put languages next to background. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Background doesn't need all this space. Class doesn't need all this space. So this will be languages, and this will be alignment. Yeah, I think that's good. It's super annoying. Like, for some reason, the alignment underline just isn't going as far as the other ones. But if I ever scoot that forward, then the other ones extend even further too. Oh well. What's up, NFA? Just got here. What are we making? We're making the character sheets for my tabletop role-playing game, Scudder for Mike. So, if you are not, if you weren't tracking here, I am super duper deep into my tabletop role playing system. I am super duper far. Let me pull this up here. Boop. So look at this. I am 178 pages into my tabletop role playing system. I am going to be beta testing it. I don't know if it's more accurate to say alpha or beta testing. I don't know which one. But I'll be alpha / beta testing it within the next week. And in order to do that, I need a character sheet because not any old school thing will work because my system has a little bit of different stuff going on with it. Needed a little bit more space here and there and everywhere. So I am super duper deep into this. Mind you, this thing that I'm putting out, fully hyperlinked everywhere. Every single page you click, boom, you're on the lamplighter, and then on every single page there is a hyperlink right there at the top there where the two tomes are. You just click it, you go back to the table of contents. Super duper deep into this bad boy. I cannot wait to get this ball rolling. And yeah, I'm making the character sheets for it right now. Mind you, I am not an artist. All the art in here is public domain art. So, you know, I'm not exactly showing off here anything cool of any regard. So the character sheet's gonna look terrible, but I just need a character sheet that functions properly. And then I can worry about getting an artist to make an actual character sheet later. But yeah, super duper deep into this. And hey, maybe at some point in the future, I'll see a solo play of you playing with this system, huh? Maybe I'll see it, because not only will I be pumping out this tabletop role-playing game system, I'm also going to be pumping out adventures as well. One of which I've already got several, I've got like 200 pages written of, is a mega dungeon set in a Beauty and the Beast themed adventure. So maybe I'll be seeing that on your channel as a solo play at some point. Who knows? But yeah, making the character sheet for that right now. And let me tell you, making character sheets is a pain, but it must be done for the greater good. Languages. Right there. Let's interactive convert to text field. That is on click 15 and Old English. Alrighty. Then for alignment. And interactive, convert text field, on click 15, Old English. Alrighty. Got that going on. Absolutely, brother. Also, I want to get you on the channel when you wrap it up. We can discuss the process. Hell yeah. That'd be dope. Alrighty. So I've got that. I've got, let me wrap this up here. I've got the alignment score. Let's oh, I didn't mean to close that. Oh well. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It'll open up on its own. I got that. And then I've also got languages. Let's move that here. And then boom, boom. Alrighty. So now what I need is the 6 stats. I need fate. I need the saves, HP, AC, attack, skills, feats, and class points. Okay. Something I need to make like a circle of sorts because over here in the top right, I was thinking that's where you can have like a character portrait. So how do I make a circle here? Here we go. That looks circle-ish enough. I want to make the stroke bigger. There we go. Once again, I do want it to be like a beautiful like silhouette cover or something but this is just purely for character creation purposes here. So yeah, let's just write down boom. Boom. Character portrait. Let's make you 15. Boom. Yeah, so that's that. Man, there's just... How do I convey... How do I present your 6 stats? Strength, finesse, will, charm, and then stat 1, stat 2. So stat 1, stat 2, they're going to have to be form fillable as well. I'm thinking like when my vision here is they're going to be in a square, and above the square is going to be the letter or the stat. So it'll be the first one will be strength, then finesse, then will, charm, and then my idea is it'll be a slash mark in the middle, and on the top half of it will be the number, and on the bottom half of it will be the mod. That's what I'm currently leaning toward right now. So let's try and figure that out, shall we? Does this actually work? So that means I'm gonna have to make some rectangles here. Man, just like actually getting down to the nitty gritty of making a character sheet is just abysmal. Let me tell you, I'm sitting here thinking like, man, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I got no idea where things are going to end up. This is just once again purely just for what do you call it? This is just for filling it out. This is just for getting to beta test this thing because I'm not gonna ship this product with anything art wise made by me. You're not gonna see any doodles by me. Maybe you'll see some doodles somewhere, but nothing of any extravagant use. This character sheet is definitely gonna be one of them. I want the character sheet to truly be a piece of art because, as I mentioned before, the character sheet is literally a window into the system for the players. The players are going to have the most interaction with the game through their character sheet because most players are not going to be sitting there with the book in their hand the whole time and reading their stats or in their features and their how to do this and that, right? They want to keep it simple. They need to look at their character sheet. I truly cannot express enough how important a character sheet is to a tabletop role-playing game. And yet I feel like a lot of people overlook it. I feel like a lot of people forget how important character sheets are to a system. So yeah, let's boom, 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 boom. Ability scores and mods. I think we could have it a little bit bigger. Alrighty, I have to create 6 boxes of these sorts. And they got to be relatively big. But they got to be big enough that it makes sense. I mean, is this good enough? Let's take a look. And then if I duplicated those, and then if I duplicated those, they can be spaced out a little bit more. I think that's as good as I'm getting. That I'm cross-eyed, so that looks fine to me. Alrighty. So on every single one of them at the top, I'm gonna have the stat, and then I'm gonna have something else. Strength. And let's just keep it simple. Let's just boom and boom. Except actually no, the ones on the 2 on the right actually are going to be form fillable because those are your stat 1s and stat 2s. Which is defined by your class. So I'll just leave those blank for now. Finesse. I am so bad at this. Is finesse with 1 N or 2? I forget every single time. I am English illiterate, let me tell you. Finesse. Where did I write that down? Finesse. Yes, I've spelled it correctly. Then we have will. Then we've got charm. And then I got to create 2 more text blocks here. And I can't copy paste them because of how text blocking works, unfortunately. So this will be interactive, convert to text field. On click. Oh God. Old English 15. And then another one. Another one. Button. Interactive, convert to text field, on click, 15, Old English. There we go. Perfect. One, listen, okay? You know, I'm just really bad at the whole, writing thing. Even though that's all I'm doing here is writing. That's literally all I'm doing is writing. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna. My idea is yeah, I'm gonna have the score and then the mod. So let's write that out. How are we gonna present this? So we got the score, and then we've also got the mod. Um, my idea was it's gonna be like a slash mark, and then on the top left would be the score, and then on the bottom right would be the mod. But now I'm trying to think like, how do I do that for the form fillable stuff? Um, how do I do it? Tell me how I do it. I need to know. Because once I get this character sheet up and running, I am alpha/beta testing this system, and I'm gonna have a fun old time with it. I think what I do is, I first off, I need to copy these over to the other ones as well. Actually, I'll figure out where they go and then I'll copy paste it. I think the these are. There we go. I think it'll go like this, and then I gotta create a line. And then I make the line big. And then... So I think I have the score over here, and then the form fillable right there, and then I move the mod over here, and then I have the form fillable over there. I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, once again, this is just for getting this up and running. I'm not terribly too married to this presentation, because I know this presentation is going to be ugly as sin. Let's be real here. Which means I've got to create a whole bunch of form fillables. Super annoying. But it's got to be done for the greater good. Here we go. Interactive, convert text field, on click. There's got to be a way where you can just save it so it's a certain word right away, because it's super annoying having to constantly fill that out. There's got to be a way. What that is, I don't know though. Oh. Alrighty, so close, so close. Is that big enough? It needs to be a little bit fatter. Actually, I really need to test this out. I did not realize how big it was going to be. 15. Is that enough space? So if I go right here and I type in -2. Okay. And then like 13. Yeah. This is more than enough space. This is more than enough space. That being said, though, I do need to figure out how to. Actually, I probably want the number to be bigger. Now I'm seeing it. Can you not choose in the form fillable, like, to center it? That seems very strange if you cannot center. Yeah, it seems weird that you wouldn't be able to center it. You should be able to, right? Right? I feel like I'm a crazy person right now. Yeah, these scores actually, I kind of want them to be big, so maybe they even go bigger than 15. So let's try 18. So if I have 18 and I write, I've got a +2. Does that stick out on the page? Let's try 20. Let's amp it up. So, okay. You're only ever gonna have a plus or a minus single digit. So that's not a concern for the score, because the score, let's say you have a score of like 17, let's say. Yeah, that fits in there perfectly. So but I do want to make this bigger. I want to be crazy here. Let's just copy this over here. Let's just see. Boom. And then boom. And then let's say you got a +3. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough for me. The only question is I want to maybe move the number some, like, have it floating in the middle there. Okay, perfect. I am content with that. Let's get down to business. Which means I got to delete this one. No, I don't. I don't got to delete it. 24. Golly. Text field. Click. 20. We're going 24 on this. We're going big boy. Element O. Where is the old English text? There you go. Alrighty. I mean, what else left after I do the stats, right? Oh, just all the other important things? That's right. Oh, so much. So much. All right. I am going to. Man. Yep, I just gotta plug this all out. How annoying. All right. I keep forgetting I can just click on this. Text field 24. Old English. Not being able to copy the boxes over is pretty freaking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Click 24. Old English. Oh, several hours later, just to make a terrible character sheet I'm never gonna actually use, just purely for the playtest, until I get an actual artist to make some good stuff. Alrighty. Text field. Click. 24. Old English. Text field. Click. 24. Old English. Alrighty. Text field. On click. 24. Old English. Text field. On click. 24. Old English. Alrighty. I doubt this, but does anyone have any experience making anything like this? any experience in your work lives, maybe, or maybe you have been crazy and made something for a tabletop role playing system? I would love to hear it. Alrighty. Text field on click 24. Old English. On click 24. Old English. Alrighty. I'm almost done with the stats. Oh, thank God. The end is nigh. Text field on click 24. 24. Old English. Text field. I'll click 24. Old English. Alrighty, I have finished les stats. Whew. Let's go. Okay, I feel so much more confident with that. I am halfway there. Halfway there. Alrighty, and next up, we got Fate. We got the saves, HP, AC, attack, skills, feats, and class points. I think I want to combine, or like I want the Fate and the class points to be relatively close together. So you can have like the points, or maybe the points and stuff will be. Alrighty, so here's what I've got in mind. I'll have Fate on the left, the saves and the HP, the AC, and the attack bonus in the middle, class points on the right, and then the bottom will be like for filling out all your features and stuff. That's where I'm leaning toward right now. Alrighty, let's then put this in for Fate. Points. And Fate Points doesn't have a max currently right now. So I can just have a one text box to fill in the Fate. However, the class resources do have a cap, so I need to have 2 for that. Yeah, let's just do that. Fate points. Let's do it. Text field. On click. 24. Old English. How big is this? That's 18. It's 15. I probably want to make. I need to make the Fate stand out a bit more. So let's do that. Yep, thought that was going to happen. There we go. Always want to be checking off progress to make it look like I'm doing something. Alrighty, next up we'll have class points on the far right side there. And I'll go ahead and just copy this over there. Oh, I knew it was going to take up more space. I knew it. And then I'll have to have on this side, I'll have to have total and or current and maximum or something of that effect. No, yeah. So it'll be one says max. Yeah, so I'll have a smaller text blurb. Say current. And then another one that says maximum. Um, let's turn into a text field. On click. 24. Old English. And let's dress this up all nice and pretty. There we go. Text field. On click. 24. Old English. Oh, so close. Yeah, after this, I never want to make a character sheet ever again. Never again. I gotta see a man about a dog real quick. I'll be back in a second. Alrighty. Alrighty. So, where am I left off? Okay, so I gotta have heart, fortune, resolve, wit, spirit, saves. HP, AC, attack bonuses, and okay. So how do I envision this? Um, how do I want this? Um. Hmm. Let's. Hmm. My lack of artistic brain is hurting me so bad right now. Let's... So I'm thinking like I really want the HP to probably be in the center of the screen because or center of the page because that's like one of the most important aspects of your character in a sense is their HP and their lack thereof. So I'm probably gonna have the HP, the AC, and the attack bonus touching each other. And then I guess I'll have the saves underneath that. So yikes. Let's create another square of sorts. Or maybe I'll create a... I'll create a round thing here. And let's move that to the center. Oh, I just messed everything up. Yeah, let's... Let's have... Let's have it be... Ugh, so many freaking things to add here. Actually, let's have the HP to the right. I mean, I at this point I'm just gonna be fudging it. I'm just gonna be here so I don't get fined. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have... I'm gonna have this left one here be the HP. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it also slashed in half. And what that'll be is in the text here, I'll have HP. Yeah, let's do that. I'll have HP, and then underneath it I'll have max. So you in the bottom you'll have your full number, and then I guess in the top left you'll have your... Whoa! What just happened? What just happened? Control C, Control V. Here we go. It's funny. I actually do not like the yield English H. I do not like it. Is that a capital H? Yeah. I do not like the capital H for what's the regular H? Ugh. I don't like the capital H for that. That'll be a problem for future me at some point, I assume. let's see here. And then this one over here is going to be the same kind of deal, except the one of them is going to be, whoa, what just happened? One of them is going to be AC, and then one of them is going to be attack. So that's definitely got to increase there. I can already tell. AC. Alrighty, form fillables 4 coming up. Let's just try this out. Let's see how much space we're working with here. Can I make this 24 as well? Am I cooking? Am I not cooking? What am I doing here? So HP, let's say you've got 17. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, good enough. So let's make you text field on click 24. Old English. Same thing. Click, text field, on click, Old English. And do the same over here. Text field on click 24, Old English. And text field on click 24, Old English. Alrighty. Look at that. I've got a functioning character sheet here. Okay. Let's get rid of these 3. Boom. Oh, I can see it. I'm getting better. Alrighty, so now I need the saving throws. So I'm gonna have 5 saving throws, and for that I'm gonna pretty much just copy what I did with the stats here. Pretty much, except the squares can in fact be smaller. So and there's only be 5 across. So let's do saves. And create a box. Gotta create 5 of them. let's. So are they across the board here? So on a character sheet, how are they presented? Let's take a look. It goes heart, fortune, resolve, wit, spirit. Okay. Heart. Once again, I'm not liking the H's on the old yield text there. Not digging it. I'm also realizing that with only 5, I don't need that much space. Maybe I move them over somewhere. Heart, fortune, resolve, wit, and spirit. Can I dress these up to be even, please? That would be delightful. Alrighty. Let's get those in here. Bang. On click. 24. Old English. English. Text. On click. 24. Old English. Text. Unclick. 24. Old English. Text. Unclick. 4. Old English. Oh. Just got back, so naturally I put on the old Beauty and the Beast movie from 91. I must know, is Gaston an NPC or a boss battle? Gaston is a friendly NPC because in the campaign, the preface is that basically someone finds out about the place, and Gaston is actually a friendly wizard in town. Also, I don't like the text type at all. Mind you, this is not this is not going to be for any sort of actual, I'm never going to publish this. This is just purely for the beta test that I'm going to be doing. But yeah, so I looked up in regards of how do I get away with making a Beauty and the Beast adventure without Disney suing the crap out of me? And ultimately what it comes down to is I am allowed to make anything Beauty and the Beast related because Beauty and the Beast is a story that is old. And I for the adventure actually read renditions of the older versions. And funnily enough, one, there's some of the classic versions I actually like better than the Disney version. Because in some of them, Gaston isn't the big old bad guy. It's in fact actually one of Belle's sisters. In one of the classic, in fact, I think it is the regard as the Beauty and the Beast like story. What it is what it is she goes she so her dad gets kidnapped because he stumbles upon it and yada yada this and that. Beast releases her and says, hey, you gotta stay here. But then what ends up happening is there's no him getting saved from all the wolves and all that. What ends up happening is her sister is going to get married, and she says to the Beast, hey, my sister's getting married, can I go? And the Beast says, yeah, sure, you're free to go, just promise to come back. And what ends up happening is she shows up to the sister. I think she's got like 2 or 3 sisters, and she shows up to the wedding. And when she shows up, she says, oh yeah, you know that castle I've been staying in? It's actually, the Beast is actually a really nice guy. We've been having a good old time. We're actually really hitting it off. I've been, living this awesome lavish life in this castle, making all these friends and eating good and yada yada this and that. And what ends up happening is one of her sisters gets super jealous of her and basically kidnaps her. And what ends up happening is Beast believes that Belle left him, and he gets super sad because he thinks that Belle just straight up abandoned him, even though she promised that she would come back. And she tries to come back, but she's like locked away in some basement. So I think that is actually way more entertaining and way more like, I think it's way more interesting, I think, than just having the Chad guy who wants to get in Belle's pants, go fight the Beast, right? I think like having a more amicable like growth together, and then like a sibling jealousy and rivalry get in the way of their relationship is way more interesting than Chad McLad showing up and be like, kill the Beast. But that's neither here nor there. So basically what it comes down to is, if I want to make this adventure without Disney suing the crap out of me, I cannot have anything that would be mistaken for Disney's rendition of Beauty and the Beast. So for example, Gaston is an original character, so I'm not going to have Gaston. His name is Gascon, and he is a wizard. But he's going to absolutely going to be Gaston, but he's not going to look like Gaston, because no one looks like Gascon. No one out wizards like Gascon. Gascon is especially entertaining, right? So, one, I have to do that. Two, the Beast, obviously can't look like the Beast. There's not gonna be Belle. It's gonna be, basically nothing can look like that. Like the movie, anyway. Curse of Straw with extra steps. Kinda. Yeah, so basically the book that I have right now, what it is it is all about the town. It is about the Mega Dungeon, which is the castle. The castle has hundreds of rooms. And then it's also a little bit about the countryside therein. What about the little henchman that Gaston has? Can't remember his name. Le Fou? Yeah, I also can't have a Le Fou, but there is going to be another. He's absolutely going to have a doting henchman. Absolutely. Le Fou. Yeah, so what I'm really proud of, once again, I think you should be proud of the content you're making, because if you're not feeling proud about the content you're making, it's probably not content we're being proud of. But what I'm really proud of, yes, let's go. One thing I'm really proud of is I'm really fleshing out the town. So this event, like when you go to run this adventure, Here's the format. You start in town, you go to the dungeon, you go to the dungeon until you've gotten all the swag you can, or you get too beat up, and then you go back to town, and then in town you carouse and have fun, and then you go back to the dungeon and repeat process. So I'm really fleshing out the town, a whole bunch of named characters, a whole bunch of places. But one thing that's I'm really excited for is the town growth. So I've got a mechanic in the adventure where over the course of time, as players go and plunge into the dungeon and they bring back gold, then new shops and new people start showing up to town. So in the beginning, the town starts off relatively normal, but then once word gets out, oh hey, these adventurers are going into this dungeon and bring back thousands of gold, the people are going to start moving to that town and start opening up shops and all that, because obviously people go where the money goes, right? And so over the course of the adventure, the town is evolving, but throughout that whole process, your players are hopefully getting themselves ingrained and involved in the town, right? Because the town is full of all these wonderful people, the town's full of all these shops, the town's full of all these places to spend their hard-earned gold, right? And that's what I'm really looking forward to with that adventure is truly making a Mega Dungeon adventure where the town is a huge part of the game. Alrighty. So I've got that. I got the saves. Now I need the skills. I'll just write like I'll just have like several fillable forms of like traits and feats. Yeah. I'll just have like several fillable forms here of traits and feats, and then you can fill them out to your leisure. Let's do that. Traits and feats. And then you're free to fill out this however the frick you feel like. I'll put 3 in here. 3 fillable things, so you can space them out however you desire. That looks about like a third-ish, right? How close was I to making this a third? I was close. I was relatively close. Alrighty. Yeah, I've had the same adventure idea as well. It's awesome to hear you're already 200 pages deep into it. Let me tell you, it's funny. My writing is very feast or famine sometimes. You're still alive. I still am. I'm probably gonna wrap. I'm gonna wrap up once I finish these character sheets though, because I definitely want to bang these out. But ultimately, like when it comes to I'm writing several TTRPGs. I'm writing several adventures. I'm writing all these various things. And it's very feast or famine because I'll have a whole bunch of time on my hand, and then I'll get a bunch of writing done. And then there'll be times where I get no writing done whatsoever because I am just swamped with life and whatever's going on, and it's super duper annoying. Alrighty, text field. On click. This is going to be multi-line, however. Yep. Text field. On click. Multi-line. Boom. Text field. On click. Multi-line. And boom. Alrighty. My first page, the main page of your character sheet is complete for beta test. As a friendly reminder, this is not the final product because this thing is dog water. I'm looking at this right now. In fact, let's just take an preview of this thing. Yeah, this thing is obviously not. This thing's obviously not pretty. This is not winning any beauty contest, but I'm not here to win beauty contest. I'm here to play this system. So page 1 is complete. Which means I need to work on page 2 and page 3. They're going to be pretty simple. In fact, I'm probably not going to do much at all with them at all whatsoever. In fact, actually, I started this wonky here. Delete page. Am I not allowed to delete page 1? Is that not a thing? Did I mess myself up here? I probably did. Nope, I can. Perfect. And then I need to add a page. Insert pages. I just need one page. Alrighty, so page 2 is going to be the items, waypoints, coins, etc. So I'm just basically going to have... I'm just gonna have like a form fillable thing here, and then I'll create a whole bunch of little ones for the coins, I guess. Keep life simple. Yeah, let's just do that. This will just be Oh, here we go. I'll have them be... Let's see here. So I'll have I'll have it written down item and then weight, and keep it real simple here. Item, weight. Yeah, just create a whole bunch of freaking... Create some of that, and then I'll have like a coin purse at the bottom, sure. Boom, 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 boom. Coins. Khajiit where if you have coin. Yep, let me just create some big old honking thing there. Text field, on click. I have created 42 fillable freaking things on this character sheet. Gosh darn. Oh, I gotta make it multi-line. Yes. Very important. Do 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 multi-line and I'll make the text just a little bit bigger for these things. I'll bump the text up to 13. Because 12 will be maybe a little bit too small, but I think 13 is a sweet spot. Alrighty, coins. So in total, I've got 6 coins. I've got CP, SP, GP. So I got copper, silver, gold, moon coin, sun coin, and star bits. Boom. Look at that. Let's bump that up, and then how would I do vertical spacing with this? No, that stretches. That's not what I want. How would I put vertical distance between the gaps? How does I design this? Vertical scale, kenning, font size, leading. There we go. There we go. That's what you love to see. Yeah. Boom. Alrighty. One at a time. Let's go. Text field. On click. $24 and boom. Next. Oh gosh, this takes forever. And boom, and oh, I'm so close. Alrighty. Got the coins. Got the items. Okay, that's page 2, and now just page 3. I can delete this freaking thing. And then page 3, spells and spell slots. I mean, god dang. I also am just gonna have a whole bunch of just, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of form fillable stuff there too. I don't think there's really too much I need to do with that. I don't think it's High priority. And you know, just for funsies, I want to look at other people's spell casting whatevers. I mean, I mean, I'm just giving a quick glance at a whole bunch of other character sheets, and it doesn't look like anyone does anything terribly exciting for spells anyway. So screw it. I'm not either. But once again, I'm not publishing this out to anybody. Not these character sheets anyway. Yeah, let's yeah, let's just say spells. Screw it. I've got nothing else. I mean, I guess I could. I'll tell you what. When it comes to the actual character sheet, I'm gonna put a lot more thought process into whoever I commissioned to make these, or if someone just makes them for me and I just love it, then I'll do that. But it'll probably bracket it out by like, you know, like spell level, like, oh hey, like you have this many for level 1, level 2, etc., etc. But I just if you're a spellcaster, then you can fill this out yourself. Screw it. Screw it, I say. Multi-line. 13. Alrighty. One more. Text field on click, multi-line, 13. Boom. Alrighty. I believe that this character sheet is complete. Complete for it's functional. Let's actually test out its functionality right now. I'm exporting this bad boy right now. Alrighty. Time for the ultimate test. I want to show y'all. I can show you the PDF. Boom, character sheet. Alrighty. Alrighty, moment of truth. I'm gonna fill out a character sheet with you all, and you know, I like to play this if you're looking for anyone. Yeah. So poor spellcasters. Hey, you know what? Suck to suck. So Harrison, I'm gonna be making videos about this. If you haven't already joined my Discord, I'm gonna be making announcements there as well. I will start playtesting this like within this week because I've pretty much finished up everything that I need to finish up. And obviously I needed a character sheet in order to playtest this because, you know, needed to represent it somehow. Alrighty. So, let's fill this out. Name. Barry Baxter. Their true name, though, is gonna be Salvine. That's their true name. They are a born human. Their moon sign is Actually, I'll pull up my I'll pull up my freaking my thing here. Let's take a look. Players tone. Boom. Birth sign. Give me a number between 1 through 100. If not, I'll just grab a random number out the top of my head. Also, my freaking... What is going on there? $66. Alrighty. What does 66 give you on the table? Boop, boop. So if you're born, if you roll 66, that means you were born in the winter months. You were born under cold moon, the waxing moon. This gives you a +1 to strength checks during winter months. So for 3 months out of the year, you get a +1 to all strength checks. Pretty dope. Cold moon waxing. Heck yeah. Alrighty, our background. Background. Let's pick a. We're a farmer. We're going basic here. We're a farmer. Languages. Actually, let's say that pick Rune Carver class. Okay. Actually, that'll be important because that actually gives us languages as well. So let's go Rune Carver here. What does that give us? A Rune Carver. Also, let me zoom this out for you here, so you can see it all in its glory. Okay. Rune Carver, it gives you the languages of Common and Dwarvish. Okay, so everyone knows Common. In fact, I probably should just like get rid of that and just like somewhere say like, oh, everyone knows Common. But there, Dwarvish. Class, we are a Rune Carver. Our alignment. Okay, this is actually important. So our alignment is going to be as follows. Because we're a human, what does that give us? Origin. Because we are human gives no adjustment, so that's boring, but it makes sense. But then, because of our background of a farmer, we get a +1 to alignment. So starting off there, we got an alignment of +1, which means that we are currently what do you call that? Currently, we are balanced. XP, we start off with 0, and the Rune Carver. Rune Carver needs a little bit of XP to level up, but that's the price you pay for. Also, I just now realized. I had an identity crisis, actually. I'm just now realizing this. I dabbled between the idea of, is the class called a Rune Carver or a Rune Smith? And I'm just now realizing that in this document here, which I'm gonna have to change, I have it set as Rune Smith. That's really funny. So yeah, we are a Rune Smith, or Rune Carver, I should say. Which means that we need 3,000 XP to level up. Alrighty, so a Rune Carver gives us we have engraving and resonance as our stats, our extra stats. Engraving and resonance. All across the board, we're gonna be boring. We got 12, and then we got we got a 14 here because we're cool, which gives us a +1. Finesse, we're a 9, so that gives us 0. Will, we got a 13, which gives us a +1. Our charm is doo-doo. We got a 7, so that's a -1. Engraving, we're going to be cool. We got a 16. That gives us a +2. And our resonance is going to be 14, which gives us a +1. Alrighty. Fate points. I roll a d4 plus my will modifier. I start off with 4 fate points. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that. I have to write down what my fate is. There's nowhere on this character sheet where you write down what your fate is. So I'm gonna have to write that there, fate and then fate points. So that's a good catch on my part. Starting off HP wise, you start off with a max HP plus whatever bonuses you have. So let's take a look here. So a rune carver, not a rune smith, but a rune carver, starts off with a D6. So they normally start off with 6, but I know for a fact human and farmer give you something. Origins here. A human gives you a +1. And then for background, farmer gives you +2. So we start off with 9 HP. Big deal. So we're 9 for 9. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got to fix the HP. Apparently, whatever's getting written in there is too big. So that's good to know. Yeah, that's way too big. So the attack. We're a rune carver. So let's take a look here. Rune carver. We start off with a +1 to attack, and then we have a +1 to strength. So we're starting off with a +2. Our AC. We can wear medium and shields. So if we go over to equipment. So if we start off with some good medium armor, let's say we start off with a breastplate plus a shield, that'll give us a 16 to our AC. Okay. And then our class points, rune carvers start off with not terribly much, if I recall. Yep, they only start with 1. So 1 and 1. Also, under spells, it says runesmith for page 118. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to go through my document there and rectify that, because I remember like I bounced around with the idea of like, is it runesmith or rune carver? Which sounds more cool? I'm probably gonna have to poll that, like, to see like what people want more of. Do they want a runesmith or a rune carver? I feel like I don't know if like runesmith is like, or rune carver is better. I genuinely don't know. Okay, so as a rune carver / smith, we start off with a 14 in heart saves, 15 in fortune saves, a 12 in resolve, a 14 in wit, and a 13 in spirit. But something important to remember is your saving throws, you get a bonus depending on your stats. So a strength gives you a +2 resolve. So that would actually, I only need to roll an 11 to beat that. A will applies to your wit. So I actually only need to roll a 13 to succeed. And then charm actually gives you a bonus to save for heart and spirit. So that means I actually need to roll a 15 and a 14 on those. And then let's take a look there. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. So, alrighty. So mark that down. I gotta change fate and the HP there. Next up for item. Perfect. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. Perfect. And spells should be operating as normal. Perfect. This one operating perfectly. Okay. So, overall, pretty decent. Only some things that need changing. Let's rectify that problem right meow. Okay. Fate, why are you messed up? Or not Fate, HP, why are you messed up? So if I double click on it, it doesn't work. Interactive text field on click should be just 24. Boom. Okay. That works now. Now I need to add over fate. You need to write down what your fate is. Carver would be involving stone-ish materials, I believe. Smith could involve broader spectrum, but Carver sounds more cool. Yeah, I think that's what ultimately I was like deciding is like, Smith, being a blacksmith or, a smith in general, that sounds more like classic fairy tale stuff. But man, like a rune carver, that sounds cool. It's tough. Okay. Fate. So you got to write down what your fate is, and then you write down the points. How do I want to convey that? Do I just like have a smaller thing for fate and then a thing for fate points, I guess? I think that's what I do. On click. 24. And boom. No, so I'm gonna have fate, and then like directly under it, I'm gonna have points. That's what I'll do. Yeah, so so in there you take the fate and then take the points. Let me. Do we pick a fate or is it something we make up? So let me show that off to you here. Let me show that off to you real quick, Lex. As I have to wrestle with. Here we go. Boom. Fate. Alrighty, so here's how fate works. So upon character creation, you choose a fate. You start off with fate points, which let me break it down Barney style here. Let me go back to character creation. So as part of character creation, you roll for stats, track alignment, choose origin, choose background, choose class, choose fate, etc., etc. So your fate is the following. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Gosh darn it. Fate. Here we go. So you start off with a number of fate points equal to 1d4 plus your will modifier. However, I do have the fun ruling here in character creation that if you roll up your character randomly, then you start off with more fate points. For every aspect of the character that you roll up, which includes your origin, your background, your class, and your fate, you start off with extra fate points. So how fates work is you choose one of these fates, or I guess you roll for it, And how they work is they don't do anything unless they only do something for that whole session if you spend a fate point. So when you spend that fate point, whether that be to spend one fate point to reroll a failed d20 roll, you spend 2 fate points to interrupt an enemy action, or you just spend a fate point in general just to get your abilities going, then your ability kicks in. So how the fate works is the following. Right from the beginning of your character, your fate has the starting ability, which is active, as soon as your fate ability triggers. And then you also have your alignment ability, which of course is tied to your alignment. Now, what you'll notice in the fate though is that you also have the milestone ability and then the completion ability. So the idea behind that is whatever fate you choose, that's going to dictate how you want to progress throughout the campaign. So, let's take an example here of the my favorite is the heir. So the heir is you start off, you gain a small retinue of people, and then your things affect the people that you lead and stuff. But then milestone ability. Upon reclaiming your family's legacy, either through conquest or diplomacy, you gain access to greater resources. So that tells you, oh hey, over the course of the campaign, you're trying to restore your family's legacy of something of repute. And then you've got the completion ability, which is after achieving your ultimate destiny as the heir. Oh, my cat is screaming at me. Hold on. My cat was sleeping the whole time so peacefully. So then you've got the completion ability, which once again is also a milestone of the campaign in regards of your character trying to accomplish something. And then you get even further rewards. So the fate system is basically what it is it's a way to mechanically reward you for pursuing your character's goals. OMG, you got a screaming cat as well. My cat, when it's food time, my cat screams at the top of his little lungs. It's pretty funny. It is pretty frickin' funny. So the idea behind these characters is your character is not just some blank slate that's, your character is trying to accomplish something, right? Because you as a player are trying to accomplish something. You can, I guess, just you can choose to ignore the whole fate system. And in fact, I fully well suspect that there would be campaigns where people ignore it. But the idea behind the fate system is a way to not have the 10-page backstory interrupt the campaign in regards of complete nonsense. This is a way for you to create a character where you have that lofty goals and dreams and ambitions, and it mechanically makes sense. So yeah. Alrighty, so I did that already. So fate points, fate points. I fixed the HP there, and then that's pretty much all that there was to do. Okay, perfect. Let me export this, and hopefully this time it works. Alrighty, fate, the heir. And then I've got 3 points. And then I've got 12 HP. Yep, okay, perfect. Alrighty, I have a character sheet for this system. It's obviously ugly as sin, but it literally is there to get the job done. It is there as a form of function. It is there to get the job done. Perfect. I can imagine it might be some work for the DM. I mean, it's just like making a campaign story about a chosen background, right? Or do you have plans for DM tools and doing fate stuff? So one, I do have plans for DM stuff. Like mind you, this is just the player's tome. I'm also going to have a bestiary and also a DM's handbook or DM's tome as well. But the idea is like, like for me personally, whenever someone shows up with their 10-page backstory to a campaign, like, if I've got a campaign in mind, it can be really like obtrusive to the campaign. But I feel like with this, it's very much so like, once again, like, let's just like look at some of these fates here. So the cursed, right? You're cursed, like that. That's what's up. You are cursed. And then the milestone abilities. After a moment of significant struggle or revelation about your curse, you learn to mitigate its effects. Right? Like these can be absolutely massive, grandiose, like massive defining moments of the campaign, or they don't have to be. They can absolutely be like full-blown character arcs, anime style, where this is your 10-page backstory is absolutely coming in hot and shaping up everything. Or it could be as we're doing something, it just so happens to come up. Like it really, like, that's the thing about tabletop role-playing games, is like, how much importance do you put on player agency of accomplishing things versus, are you trying to run a linear story, are you trying to run a sandbox, things like that. Once again, I'm going to be talking about all of that in like my DM's handbook. It'll be the storyteller's handbook tome or whatever. But like, ultimately, these I think are just a really, really simple way to tell your DM what you are trying to accomplish. And that's ultimately something that I think is a major issue with the 10-page backstory, is there are times where people write up a backstory. They come up to the DM and say, hey, DM, I'm trying to, like, I've got this going on and I've got this character, da-da-da. And I feel like a lot of times it can be very vague. But this right here, you can start working immediately in regards of, oh, hey, they're the chosen one. They got this fate of the chosen, fulfilling a prophecy, saving the kingdom, things like that. You can very, I think, easily fit that into, something. It's not as vague. Is the entire team rewarded, or is it only the player that involved in that fate that gets the reward? The idea is that you only get your fate reward. Obviously, you get rewarded in regards of, like someone else getting their, milestone abilities, right? Like you ultimately do benefit from your allies getting their fate. That's also something I'm going to be like, once again, this is just the player's tome, but I will be incorporating things like team fates and things of that nature. Okay, I'm pretty stoked about having that working character sheet up and running, which means I can delete the crap one. Boom, 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 boom. And also something important to note about the system is I'm gonna launch the base system, which is going to, of course, include the player's handbook, the monster manual, and the DMG, as it were. But I'm trying to write the system in a way where it's easy to tack on to. So, like, for example, when it comes to the fate system, like, I can keep on adding more fates. Like, I've got 30 fates in this document here, but I could add more. Let me pull up the random character creation there. So yeah, there's like 30 fates. I can add more. I've got 26 classes. I can add more. I've got the however many backgrounds. I can add more. I've got all these origins. I can add more. I'm trying to leave open the space so I can add more things. Um, oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I was terrified I was not going to be able to accomplish creating a character sheet, but thankfully all it took was 5 minutes of looking up how to make form fillable stuff, and then 2 hours worth of work, and bada bing, bada boom, it was accomplished. Um. Okay. I am super stoked with that. I don't know. Oh yeah. I'm writing this down right now. I gotta ultimately decide between Runesmith and Runecarver. Runesmith/Carver. All right, looks good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna be starting tomorrow. I'll be posting up a bunch of things. I'll be trying to get my YouTube back up and running because I could not make videos for months because I had no time at all. So I'll be making videos. I'll be posting. I'll be running games in the Discord. It'll be a grand old time. Super, super stoked. It's funny because, when like I've been D'ing for so long, and then I ultimately realized, like, oh hey, not every system can do everything, and there's some things that I want, and I figured, hey, if I want to get the system I want, then I got to make it. So I'm making it. Alrighty. All right. So I think, I think I'm good to leave it here. I mean, I've still got a few more things left to add to the player's tome there. Obviously, there's a few missing pages here and there. I need the example of play. I need to flesh out the terminology. There's also something else I want to add. I want to add class starting equipment. Like, I want to add like a list of like, oh hey, this is just the quick grab of what your class would want. I think that would really help out. What else am I missing? Feel like I'm missing something else. I don't feel it. I know I'm missing something else. As I scroll on through here, I know damn well that the spells are gonna be picked apart by people in regards of their balance, because I was kind of in a hurry to do the spells because there were just so many of them. It was a slog. Let's be real. There was, I had to make so many spells. Got all the items. Checks and saves. XP. Probably going to add some more dangers and other considerations, and definitely some more combat affairs. There's definitely some stuff missing. I obviously got to finish up the journey phase and the path in the wild. But other than that, I think I'm close to finish there. It's awesome. We got to do it. My Aid 5e project is also pretty far, but currently I'm so stuck in the crafting Bible. Oh man, just like It's funny. It's so easy to criticize and just be like, "Oh man, these systems suck. These systems can be way better." And then you sit down and actually do them, and you're just like, "Oh my god, this is so much work." It's a lot of work, but it'll be well worth it. It'll be well worth it. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for me today. I got, after 2.5 hours, I made a character sheet. Huzzah. That's that's what I really, really needed. Uh, it's not winning any beauty contest, but let's be real, neither am I. So, fits. Okay. Yeah, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already, join the Discord. I'm going to be running all my games in there. I'm going to be posting on the Discords and on the YouTubes all about running my games. Feel free to check all that out. Had a blast. Fixed a whole bunch of things. Set myself up for success. Can't wait to show off this stuff. Can't wait to show off all my other adventures. Can't wait to show off my other TTRPGs, because I am working on multiple TTRPGs as well. Can't wait to show all that stuff off, but that is going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for doing all those things. But that's going to do it for me. And I cannot wait to see y'all in the next one. See ya!